Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead and
Tom.
So I was looking at reels again and I found a homemade beefaroni, and so we're gonna try that tonight. So the first thing we have in our pan is a pound of hamburger.
What's a hamburger? It needs to be chopped up in billions of pieces.
Yes. And we need a diced onion. Which, remember, I diced up one yesterday, so we're using that today. You don't have to hit it so hard. Either that or hold it so it doesn't make so much noise. Now, I am missing something. It says I'm going to need tomato paste, which I thought I had some, but it's expired by like a year. So that's probably not going to work.
Expired dates.
Oh, you know what else I need? I need that minced garlic. Can you grab that for me?
Grab that, throw it on the floor.
Shush. Top shelf.
Huh?
Top shelf to your left. Top shelf to your left.
Oh, I see one. You moved it on me.
No, it's been there forever. I was getting stuff out of the refrigerator today. And, well, I kind of hit one of the other jars. And, well, that liquid went all over the floor. So it was a good mess. So I'm going to put a nice tablespoon of that in there. So I hope that it thickens up, even though I don't have the tomato paste. And I actually don't even have any more tomato powder. I have this stuff, but it talks about adding a cup to it, and I don't think that that would work. Maybe it would, I don't know. If you guys know, we're going to have to do it this time without it, but, yeah. So we're going to cook that hamburger and onions up, and then we'll be back to do the next step. Alright, so now would be when we put that, tablespoon of tomato paste in it. I did take the extra oil out of there. And now we need a jar of spaghetti sauce.
Traditional. Nothing fancy.
Can you put just a little bit of water in the bottom of that?
Sure.
And then we need, it doesn't give the exact measurement, so I'm going to use a teaspoon of each of these things. Don't put a whole lot though. I'm going to use a teaspoon of garlic powder. And we're going to use a teaspoon of onion powder. And we're going to use a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And we need salt and pepper. You can start stirring if you like. There's some pepper. And then we need salt. Alright. So then it also says a little bit of sugar. And I think that's so that it doesn't bother the belly, because I know tomatoes are starting to bother me too. So I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of sugar in there. And then we're going to use 8 ounces of ziti pasta. And then we're going to use 2.5 cups of beef broth. And we want to make sure the noodles are completely covered.
They're covered.
And now you got to bring it up to a boil. In the meantime, I'm going to take a jar of my home green beans. Got to bring it to a boil. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of butter. That works. And then I'm going to add some pepper to that. No, my beans do not have any salt in them.
I like them.
Yep, maybe I'll put just a dash in.
Miss Dash.
Actually, what's funny is with my my reports from the doctor, we haven't seen them yet, but my I'm low sodium. We don't need to do that because it's going to take 20 minutes for that to cook.
Oh, did you get it ready?
Yep.
I was just helping.
You're a big help, honey. All right, so now we're going to let that boil. Once it boils, then we're going to bring it down to a simmer, and we're going to cover it, and we're going to let it cook for 12 to 15 minutes. So, while I have your attention. Anyways, our local girl that likes to do nothing but be negative all the time, she made a comment about our pizza not being a pizza because it doesn't have a crust like normal. But I want to say something, and because I know, like, I have gluten sensitivity. It could not bother me for a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden, I'll tell Tom, it's not a gluten day.
Right.
And my stomach will hurt really bad, and I'm lucky if I keep my food down. There are a lot of people that have issues with gluten. There are people that have problems with dairy and whatever, and like, AJ can't even take peanut butter crackers to school because of peanut allergies. So, there's all kinds of crusts. There's, you know, people can use tortillas. They can use flatbread. They can use the new cottage cheese bread. Cauliflower. People use chicken, beef, pork even. My question, or my answer to her is, I didn't say anything to her because she's just, yeah. But anyway, a very negative Nelly. But my thought is this: if you have food that you can't eat, and if there's an alternative in which you can use so that you can still enjoy pizza or pastas, or like a lot of the gluten-free pastas, I really don't like them. So that's why we don't eat a lot of pasta, for that reason. But when you can adapt something so that you can eat something and it's not going to hurt you to eat it, I say go for it. I don't care what you make your crust out of. If it's round, it's square, it's triangle, whatever it is, and you say it's a pizza, it's a pizza. And I just want people to know that, because I know people read the comments, and I don't want you ever to feel embarrassed or less than because you use substitutes for something else. And let me tell you, that pizza was very cheap for us to make because we got that hamburger for $1.99. And not only that, but it fed us dinner last night and lunch today. So it was very, very inexpensive. And nowadays, we got to learn to cook less expensive because groceries are so expensive. So if you read a comment like that, don't let that deter you, please. Because you make your pizza the way you want to make it. You make your food the way you want to make it, and what's your family. There's so many families with different allergies and whatever. We've been pretty fortunate. But, you know, there are families that are not.
I'm allergic to cauliflower.
You are not. He's just saying that so we don't have to eat it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I just want to set that straight. So any of you that read that comment, know that, you know what? Whatever you have to do to make it so that you can have your food, you do it.
See, in spite of my feelings for cauliflower, I still mentioned it as a crust.
Yeah, there you go.
Aren't you impressed with me?
I am.
Yeah, see?
So I just thought I'd tell you guys, I didn't mean to take up too much of your time, but please don't ever let anyone make you feel less than or anything like that because you have to adapt or use something different or make a pizza differently than what somebody else would do. You do you, and you know what? Enjoy your food. We'll be back. It's boiling, so we're going to put the lid on it.
Let it sit.
And you guys know this is my nervous spot. We're going to set the timer for 12 minutes. And when the noodles are done, we'll come back. I know I started cleaning the oven today with the, you know, what is that, the oven cleaner? Ugh, it got so hot in here, you guys, and I didn't want to turn the air conditioner back on, so we'll wait a couple weeks. But anyways, so we'll come back when this is nice and ready. Alrighty, so now we need to add a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. And we need to stir that into it. And it did thicken up quite nicely on its own without the tomato paste.
That's because we're good.
So if you don't have tomato paste, don't let it
Deter
you from cooking this. Alright, let's let you take a look at this.
Yum, yum.
Alright, so now we're going to let that simmer for another 12 minutes. No, without the lid.
Without the lid?
And we'll be back when it's done, and we'll meet you at the table.
All
Alright, Tom. Try it. There's dinner. Here's what we got left. Oh. Homemade beefaroni.
Hot.
It just came off the stove.
Probably blow it this time.
And we added some watermelon to it. So what do you think?
Delicious.
Better than the canned stuff?
I think so.
By a lot, I think.
Awful lot, actually.
All right, so there we go. Winner, winner. Beefaroni dinner. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.